Hello, my name is Omar Rambasad. It's Wednesday, August 8th, 2018 at 8:27 p.m. in Toronto. And I have a frog in my throat, so I'll be coughing throughout this video. Now, I'm going to make some comments about what I'm experiencing in the workplace. As I said before, when I commented about my experience in the workplace, there is an ongoing push to have me mentally committed, and this has been infiltrated. This push has infiltrated my workplace. So I believe what the setup is, I'm being harassed in the background because misinformation is being released into the public and in the workplace as well from this building. It's also in the building. That I'm a prostitute, which I'm not, I'm mentally ill, which I'm not, um, and all kinds of criminal activities. I am not privy to the contents of the report, so I don't know what the specifics are, but this is what I'm harassed with. I'm harassed with being a prostitute, which I'm not. I'm harassed with people seeing me in the bathroom, going to the bathroom and so on, because the surveillance is being subcontracted to a lot of black people in Africa, a lot of Caribbean people like Rick, um, and Indian people, Pakistani people, every ethnic background in the world, Muslim people, and so on. And this is in the workplace. I am being passed around in the workplace, and everybody who is taking turns, and I'm not sure if everybody took turns yet, although that seemed to be the goal, where everybody's taking a turn to monitor me, and the monitoring is taking the form of seeing me share, very explicitly share, using, I'm suspecting, millimeter wave technology that will look at you. The person will be looking at you as an airport scanner, naked, basically. And this is in the workplace. And they'll be looking at you inside the bathroom as well in the workplace. So you can imagine this is promoting violence towards me. It's promoting harassment, extreme harassment, all kinds of verbal abuse, and so on. So I've been in this workplace for 2 months. It's been going on for 2 months. As you can well imagine, being passed around to men looking at you in the bathroom is a conspiracy to rape you, basically, because men who are looking at you in the bathroom will think of raping you. So this is part of a conspiracy to have me raped as part of the targeting program that I'm in that started in this building. Now, this is not the first company that I'm experiencing this in. I've experienced the same thing at Manulife when I worked there on a contract. I've experienced it at Three of Us. These are big companies. I've experienced this at Biddington Group and some other companies, smaller companies as well. This harassment has been documented with the police, the HR department, and co-workers, lawyers, and so on. The Human Rights Tribunal, which I have a case going on right now. It has to do with what is the trafficking. Really, is what's behind all of this. I mean, looking at somebody share in the bathroom is voyeurism. That's trafficking. So this is going on in the workplace, and I'm blatantly being harassed about it. I'm blatantly being passed around, and I'm blatantly being solicited as well, because in the workplace right now there is a report that says I'm a prostitute. Therefore, it opens me up to being solicited. Now, while this is going on, there is a program to cover it up at the same time. So these two things run in parallel. So while I'm being passed around to multiple men who are seeing me share and is commenting on what they're seeing, I'm too obese. We just gerbil you. We talk about your clitoris, talk about your breasts, and so on. Men, co-workers. While this is going on, they are filing reports with the cops, who I'm suspecting are dirty cops who are taking part in this trafficking. That says I'm stalking them, stealing, showing them my body parts, and these are things I'm suspecting are part of the report that's been filed about me in the past. So they're piggybacking. If I did it presumably in the past, I'll be doing it again, because I'm not right in my head. I heard that comment as well. So these are all claims to cover up what's really going on. Let's face it. If a company is passing you around to men and passing you around to customers who's not it's not in contact with you. I don't know who these people are. Suppliers, customers, complete strangers in a different location. There's no reason for them to be monitoring me. So I'm not sure why that's being done. So this is trafficking, out and out trafficking. So they'd have to have a reason, a way of covering it up. So to cover it up, they'd have to say I'm mentally ill to compromise my credibility, that I'm a real prostitute, again, to back up what they're saying, to make it look like I'm soliciting them. Only the people I'm being passed around to, haven't got a clue who they are. They're not in the same location I work with, so I couldn't possibly be soliciting them. I have no contact with them, so I can't be soliciting them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And stealing, this is easy to prove that it's not going on, but these claims are being made. Stalking, there is absolutely no stalking. Because people are harassing me, I tend to stay by myself. I go to lunch outside. I sit at the bench. I have some pictures on my Twitter account. I eat alone. I try to get away from the harassment, so I tend to be alone at lunchtimes and so on. There are certain people who are on the team who's monitoring me, who I meet all the time, and this is the same thing that's going on in the building that I live in. These people will always be around me. 6 or 7 people who's part of the monitoring team, they'll always be around me. So these people are stalking me. So to cover what they're doing to me, they're saying I'm stalking them. It's a cover. All part of the targeting program, and they will be believed because I'm a target. The police will take their word for it because I am a target. I'm supposed to be targeted. The police are supposed to have a cover for what's going on. And the monitors who is rotating around me is providing the cops the cover. Now, as I said before in some of my other videos, I'm suspecting this is exactly what happened to Rahini Besasar. Now, she talked about experimentation and being chipped. Well, traffickers will chip their victims and track them. And she also talked about being pushed out of the workplace and not being able to find work for a long period of time, years. So why is that? Well, one of the reasons why possibly that could have that it would have taken place, as it is in my case, at Biddington Group, for example, I was told that by my manager who hired me that I was put there by a cop, sent there by a cop, and I was there to do service for him or to him. I wasn't familiar with what the term meant. I got to admit I was a little bit naive, but I talked to somebody afterwards, and it clicked that what he meant was I had to give him blowjobs, basically, service him sexually. That was news to me, let me tell you, big shock. And also that there was a contract. I learned through the harassment that he was monitoring me on behalf of the police, and there was a contract because, as I know now, because I'm flagged as a prostitute, which is why I was placed there for him to do service. So again, dirty cops, a dirty cop connection. What happened was that he flagged me. I learned now, I come to understand now that, well, I learned of the flagging earlier on, but I come to understand now that this is a pattern where monitors who put their name on the account and sign me out will always have something current. They'll flag me for something current. I heard that I was stalking him, and I fell in love with this person who made reports about me. And it was a complete opposite. It was a complete opposite. He was soliciting me, so I was trying to get away from him. And I just wanted to finish the contract, which I did. So I was running away from him, basically, but he told the cops that I was following him around, and I was falling in love with him. I am not going to call names, but I'm going to have to say that he was the most satanic, despicable human being that I ever met on the face of the earth. And I'm being melodramatic, but pretty despicable person. So anyway, so I was running away from him. So he lied and he told the cops because the cops were his friends. So a pretty rich man, really, really rich man. So of course the cops are going to take his side, especially if the cops are dirty cops and the ones who are running or helping to run the program. So this is my statement. Since my voice is being suppressed as a target, there is no mental illness. There is no anxiety in the workplace. I am being criminally harassed. I am being stalked. I am being monitored. I do have breakfast in the morning. I don't have a whole lot of sugar. And because I don't have a lot of sugar, sometimes if my blood sugar level drops, I may have a teaspoon of sugar here and there. However, if people are reporting that I'm eating all this sugar and I can't take care of myself, and this is total complete nonsense. What they're doing is they're building a file to make it look like I can't take care of myself, which is untrue. To make me look like something is wrong with me, I'm mentally ill. I heard that I was split. I have split personalities. Let me tell you, somebody who meditates, it's impossible for them to be split. So there's no splitting here. What they're trying to do is to make me split because they're harassing me so intensely and violating my privacy and violating me by looking at me share and violating me by looking at me inside my home because it's part of the monitoring that the criminals are taking to the nth degree and monitoring me inside my home as I sleep and gerbling me, which means that they are actually affecting my body remotely with lasers, tasers, and so on. They're also doing it as I walk the streets because I get these muscular jolts, almost like electrical jolts on my foot as I walk, which seem to indicate some sort of a taser attack. So by gangs who are contracting and subcontracting the monitoring and the surveillance, all criminal activity directly related to the fact that I'm flagged based on lies. The flags are based on lies. Talk to you another time.